Speaker. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker.
Lewis Wall.
Kia ora, Mr. Speaker. Inga mana, inga reo, rangatira mā, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. Ngā mihi ngā whānau o Ngāti Whātua Orākei. Kia ora, Matua Joe. Kia ora to Alec, to Grant, to Sharon, to the entire Hawke whānau, to Danny. Anyone else, buddy?
No,
that's about it. Other than everybody who's here today, all the rangatahis especially who are here today, which is a celebration. I'm very proud to be in the House today. And I actually want to begin my kōrero with a quote from Grant Pakihanga Hana Hawke, who is the chair of the Ngāti Whātua Orākei Māori Trust Board. And before I say that, I do want to acknowledge previous Trust Board chairs, Sir Hugh Kawhiru, Ruby Hinemoa-Gray. So to quote Matua Grant, from your strategic plan 2011 to 2012, and I quote, Ngāti Whātua Orākei are resilient yet humble people with the unique advantage of having mana whenua in the largest city in Aotearoa. We have navigated our way through adversity, continually face political challenges, and yet we are still here, still claiming our stake in this world and forever striving to honour the moemoeā of our tūpuna. I'm really proud to be here as the MP for Manurewa. I'm on the Māori Affairs Select Committee, and I want to mihi to our Chair, the Honourable Tau Henare, and my fellow Māori Affairs Select Committee members. I want to mihi to the Minister, because it is an area within the House that there is consensus. So we are trying the hardest we can as a Māori Affairs Select Committee to resolve all our treaty settlements. And so this is a very proud day, not only for Ngāti Whātua Orākei, and as Grant said this morning, this is your day, this is your time, Ngāti Whātua. And I also want to acknowledge the hapu of Ngāti Whātua, Te Tāu, Ngā Oho and Te Urungutu. And I particularly want to quote again from your strategic plan. And he moemoeā, te pai me te whairawa o Tāmaki. So this is from your strategic plan. In the year 2030, 5,000 descendants of Tupuriri live on the Papakainga and contribute to tribal life. Your Papakainga is self-sufficient. You sell electricity back to the national grid due to all the solar panels and wind turbines in use. Collect and use rainwater, produce very little waste as the resource recovery allows whānau to trade their compost for worms in their own gardens. Many whānau have built their own whare, while others are happy to rent off the tribe. Ngāti Whātua Orākei land is tax-free. Most of the whānau has regenerating ngāhere on the reserve land and in between buildings. The bird song is now louder than the traffic on Tāmaki Drive. In between their bowls and dart competitions, kaumātua hold regular wānanga for the up-and-coming kai kōrero and leaders. You go to Tangi, an important hui in Kaipara, Tauranga, Waikato, Rarotonga, Tahiti and Hawaii to represent the hapu and maintain economic and spiritual ties. These are the dreams and aspirations of Ngāti Whātua, and this settlement is only part of the how. I want to highlight the loss of land that Ngāti Whātua Orākei has had. So in 1840, at Treaty of Waitangi signing, Ngāti Whātua Orākei tribal lands totalled 77,997 acres. In 1855, a mere 15 years post-colonisation, 700 acres remained in Ngāti Whātua Orākei hands. That's 0.9% of your original tribal ancestral lands. By 1927, that had become 12.5 acres, which represents 0.016% of your tribal lands. And to put the Devonport settlement into perspective, the 7.9 acres that you have paid for represents 0.01% of your original tribal lands. How incredibly generous of you to settle for that amount of land. So on behalf of all of us here, I want to say thank you. And I want to reiterate the words of Maggie Barry, that The people of Aotearoa, the people of Tāmaki Makaurau, the people of Devonport actually should look to you for leadership, look to you for a path forward. And so I want to acknowledge the generosity not only of spirit, but the generosity of the leadership that you now have within Tāmaki Makaurau as the mana whenua for where we are today. So kia ora and thank you very much. I just want to quickly look at your history of protest. So right throughout the colonisation period, you have fought, your tūpuna have fought for your rights. You have fought to get your lands back through the courts, through whatever mechanisms were available to you. Other people have spoken about what happened in 1951, and it's quite poignant really with Prince Charles being in Aotearoa, that in 1951 you were booted up Boot Hill, which is what I knew it to be when I first moved to Tāmaki Makaurau. But the fact that your houses were burnt down, that you lost your ability to live on your own lands, is actually, it is a dark day in our history. But again, it shows how resilient you are. And in 1976, when the Crown attempted to sell the last 60 acres at Orākei, it was Joseph Parata Hawke and the whānau of Ngāti Whātua who stood strong for 506 days. With the collaboration of many other people, I think we should acknowledge that that protest also included Pākehā, it included union members, it included anybody actually who believed in social justice. And they stood side by side with you because they acknowledged that as people of Aotearoa, there was a great injustice being perpetuated on Ngāti Whātua Orākei. And I particularly want to acknowledge Alec and Meryl because they lost their daughter. They lost their daughter, Joanne. And it does bring me to tears when I think about that fact that actually blood has been spilt on Ngāti Whātua's journey to where we are today. And the memorial that's there on Takaparafo for her is a wonderful thing. And so I just want to acknowledge that. I've been interested in what Ngāti Whātua Orākei have decided are their strategic priorities. So what do you want to achieve now that you're going to get a little bit of putia, you're going to get a capital base so that you can look at meeting the needs of your whānau? So I was really interested that your 5 strategic priorities, number one, it is about whānau. So it's about Ngāti Whātua Orākei ora, whatever that means for you. It means that you are ngā whai ngā mana nau. So you want to be healthy, you want to be educated, you want to be housed. And I just want to note that you have a heat pump scheme, which is pretty cool. So you want to make sure your whānau live in healthy, warm homes. The second principle is kotahitanga. The third principle is whenua. The fourth principle is whai maia. And the fifth principle is whai rawa. And so for me, Ngāti Whātua are well and truly on a path for ensuring that you will provide the opportunities for your tamariki mokopuna in the future. Now I just want to end and quote again from your submission. This is your day. So in conclusion, I quote, "This settlement provides Ngāti Whātua Orākei with the ability to again have a rightful place in Tāmaki. The cultural redress is very important in this. The ability to purchase the land from the Crown gives us the opportunity over time to buy back some small part of our rohe and so enhance the economic benefits which will flow from that to all members of our hapu. We see the settlement as a strong statement by the wider community in Tāmaki that they acknowledge Ngāti Whātua Orākei belong here, are an integral part of the fabric of Tāmaki Makaurau." Kia ora.
We come now to 2 split calls. It'll be a national mana, then a mana Labour. So, President Sam Rotuinga.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Kia koutou e te whānau o Ngāti Whātua